Hello, so my name is Angeli and I am a first generation Filipina American and I grew up in Vallejo, California. So my dad is a programmer and my mom is a businesswoman, and I think that growing up in Vallejo was really impactful on the way that I grew up because I had the opportunity to grow up in a unique intersection where I got to experience what it was like growing up in different communities of color. I think that really opened up my perspective to see more from different sides of the coin and to see that a lot of situations in life weren't just black and white. Where I am in life right now is that I'm a project coordinator at Airbnb. The interesting thing about that is that I actually started off in the IT track at Year Up, but then because I was getting involved in so many projects, they decided to put me in a project management support role. So where I am in life is that I think that because of project coordinating, it's really challenged me to be more organized and have a plan, see things from a high level, and to see how to deal when things change. And I think that because of that, I've learned how to become very intentional with a lot of my decision making. So my plan after Year Up is that I want to hopefully work full time if I am not able to go on this road trip, and then to also go to school at night for business. The reason why I chose business is that I'm someone who's very passionate about changing or seeing positive change in the world. That especially having friends who've worked for the county or worked for nonprofits, I saw that working in business, especially in tech, was the way to go to see any significant or fast change. So I think that one story in my life that really impacted me growing up was dropping out of college. It was something that was really hard to do, especially coming from a first generation family, but I think that it really challenged me to grow up a lot. So what happened was that I was 19 years old and I was an anthropology major at UC Davis, and I decided I didn't want to be in so much debt while not knowing what I really wanted to do in my life. So after I dropped out, I ended up trying different odd jobs and I exposed myself to the hardships of the world. And it was a time where I experienced things from homelessness to experiencing discrimination, such as racism and sexism, in my professional life. And it was especially hard because I was a woman of color without an education. And what really saved me was when I realized that I was in control of my life, and that when I decided to stop letting life happen to me, and I decided to start making decisions that would impact my life, that was when I started to really see change. So from there, I got out of a 4-year relationship turned engagement where I learned how to be more independent. I started working as a driver in the city, where I eventually worked as an office coordinator for a tech company. And I learned more about what was in tech and the power of innovation, as well as what anyone sets their mind to can do. And I learned that when things didn't always go as they seemed, that I would just have to learn how to pick up the pieces and then move forward, like just keep going on and continue to have grit in whatever I experience. I think that from being a college dropout to being where I am at Year Up today, I think that it really forced me to see that life wasn't just one track and that there are different paths to success. So I think that one of the biggest roadblocks that I would experience in my life is I think it's just like when things don't go as they seem, or when things just don't go as they seem. But one of the phrases that I really think about is, "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves." And that really makes me realize that I think that the more that I hold myself accountable to the things that I can change, and then really learn how to deal with the things that I can't, and even when things don't go as they seem, or when things take a pivot, the only thing I could do, especially having learned this as a project coordinator, is roll with the punches, and then to learn how to mitigate as much risk as I can by planning what I can, and then leaning on those who support me while carrying what I need to in order to succeed.